The interior has honestly been the worst part about owning this car. The seats are destroyed. The steering wheel's a little messed up. It's also not too comfortable. This car deserves way better than what it has in it right now, especially something like the cheap dash pad that's in it. As you see, the steering wheel really isn't that beat up. Just has some light damage on top. But the main problem that I have with it is whenever I go to release my clutch, I slam into the steering wheel. The steering wheel is honestly the most important part about your car whenever you're modifying it. This, as well as the shift knob. It's the two things that you're going to be touching the most whenever you're driving the car. Now, don't get me wrong, this Navin steering wheel is awesome. It's just not comfortable anymore, as well as some of the damage done to the top. I'd rather just swap it out with another high quality steering wheel. I'm going to be swapping in this deep dish Sparco steering wheel instead, as well as an NRG carbon fiber quick release. Removing the Navin steering wheel is quite simple. There's two little Phillip head screws, these two screws. Then this just pops right off. Since it's a Navin, you can just unbolt it. It's a regular 6-bolt hub. Once you get this thing unbolted, it's really just as simple as unplugging the horn from it. Setting up the quick release and Sparco steering wheel is pretty simple. Since I had the Navin steering wheel on, I already have a 6-bolt hub on the car. If you do not have one of these, you will have to unbolt this one center nut, remove your stock steering wheel, and then install one of these hubs instead. It's pretty straightforward. Now for the hub, all we have to do is plug in the positive wire, put the NRG logo straight up and down. Then you can grab your hardware and screw it right in. Now that we got them screwed in, we can go ahead and tighten it all down. Your quick release is extremely easy to set up on your steering wheel as well. All you do is plug the wire into your horn and then stick your bolts right in it, and your quick release is ready to go. Make sure everything's tight, pull it around, shouldn't move. Now, let's get this old dash pad out of here. If you don't know, these are kind of just Velcro down, so you can kind of just pull them right off. Now, the problem is it leaves behind some glue and some Velcro pieces, so we're gonna peel all these off. The reason I have the dash pad is because of this crack right here and a very small one right here. All right, guys, hopefully this angle is pretty good. I'm just throwing a little bit of Goo Gone right on the paper towel, and then I'll slightly rub each spot where there was glue. All right, guys, I grabbed some dry paper towels as well as some degreaser as well, just to get rid of any residue left on there. Sorry guys, the recording cut out there for just a second. My phone started overheating. I got the rest of the glue cleaned up. I sprayed everything down with the degreaser, cleaned the whole area. Now we're getting ready to stick down this new pad. right, there we go. Oh my God, guys, this looks so much better than before already, and we haven't even done a whole lot yet. This new dash pad looks unreal. The fitment on it is actually perfect. It looks so much better than the old one. This is by Fitment Automotive over in Australia, and this stuff came in maybe a week maximum. I can't remember the exact amount of days. I think it came in 4 or 5 days. And I have two small little bonus things that I'm going to be adding in as well. The first thing is just one of these little plug-in 12-volt adapters that work with your radio. If you haven't tried one of these before, they work great. I love the look of the stock radio. I don't really necessarily want to change it out. So I found one of these adapters that I can tune down low enough that I can hook it up to the Japanese radio. The other thing that I got is, oddly enough, an air freshener. You can actually get these at Target. They're called Drift, and they sell them in wood as well as in stone too. And I've ran these in my other cars already, and these things continue to smell for a really long time. It's honestly the most impressive air freshener I've used so far. They just clip right on your visor, which works out perfect because I have a tiny little rip in my sun visor right here, and this will cover it up perfect. So the next thing's honestly way too simple. It's just a floor mat for the trunk area. This just slides right in there, obviously. Now this is a phase 2 development little floor mat. I mean, it fits pretty good, matches the front as well. So I currently have the original Silvia floor mats that came with the car, and they're still in really good condition. They're not bad. I just honestly do not want to damage them since I know that they are getting a little more rare. Now, before I put the new floor mats in, I'm going to clean up this mess and then vacuum this all out, and then we can get the new mats in. Just realized, unfortunately, my shop vac is at my dad's house. So I figure the best solution for this is I'll put the floor mats in for now. I'm still waiting on the seat rails for the bride seats. They were supposed to arrive today, but they unfortunately did not come. When those come in, I will pull the seat out and shop vac everything instead, and just drop the floor mats back on. Let's do the passenger side. These have the grip on the bottom, which is super nice, super handy, so your stuff doesn't slide around too much. And here is the passenger floor mat as well. There we go. Holy smokes, does that look so much better. The new dash mat, the steering wheel, the floor mats. This looks unreal so far. You guys don't know how stoked I am about this. This really does change the whole game right here. Having the Bluetooth radio now, having the scent, I can already smell it filling up the car. The new dash mat looks unreal. So does this steering wheel. The steering wheel, this is gonna drive so much better now. I didn't record it, but the other day I also installed this Broadway wide rear view mirror. And in all honesty, this thing does make a massive difference whenever you're looking in the rear view mirror. It's much better than the original stock one, and it just clips on right over top of your stock mirror. You don't even have to swap out your actual mirror itself. All right guys, the PLM seat package just came in, so we just got to get the seats out now. these seats are pretty simple. You're just gonna need a 14 millimeter. You can just undo these 2 bolts up front. You just gotta slide your seat forward. You can lean it as well. All right, steering wheel's off. Fold your seat forward. Back here, I'm gonna pull this floor mat out so we can clean it. Pop those off. Then we can get to the last 2 bolts. All right, next step, we have to take our seatbelt off and plug our wire back in. Again, this is another 14 millimeter bolt, same as the ones that hold the seat down. Now, be careful when pulling this bolt off. There is a bunch of washers and stuff that all go along with it, and spacers. So I did end up vacuuming out the entire interior. I didn't do it on camera just because the vacuum is loud, but we got to get this seatbelt hooked up. All right, this is our seat bracket right here. Already comes with a hole on it and everything. We're just sticking that right in there. Then tightening that down. Now I'm just going to route the wire right underneath this bracket. Then we can get the bracket installed as well. The bracket goes back on pretty much the same way that we took it out for the seat. Screws right back in with the same bolts that you used before. Then there's one more back here. Now these brackets are a little bit slotted, so we can move them. If you see, they got slots in them, so we can move them around to fit different seats. These brackets will go on here, which will then bolt into our seat itself. All right, guys, I fast forwarded a little bit. My phone ended up dying, but everything's still pretty much loose here. What I did was I sat these brackets down on the rails and I kept these nuts loose right here, so this bracket can still kind of move back and forth, so then it can slide back and forth to meet the seat. And then I put these bolts in, which are also still loose, as well as not even having a nut on that one. Same goes for the other side over here. Those are also still loose. I left it like that so I could figure out the side-to-side movement that I want of the seat, as well as the height of the seat, since you have multiple different height adjustments on these. I didn't go all the way up because I have another hole down here in this seat. I didn't go all the way up. I went pretty much the same as going one down on most seats, just to give it a slight tilt back, as you can see. And then sit in the car, make sure it's comfortable with the height and also how the seat sits side to side to the door. Make sure that your seatbelt fits well. Make sure that your door panel isn't too close to your seat as well. And then once you get all of this done, you can go ahead and tighten up the bolts on the seat first, and then afterwards tighten up these bolts on the sliders. All right, I got the side closer to the passenger side, right at the center console, all tightened down. It really wasn't too bad. I still do not have these tightened down yet. I'm going to tighten down these little black bolts that go directly into the seat. Then I'm going to go around and tighten up all of these. And then the last thing I'll tighten up is these 2 brackets right here, just so we can make sure that we're not bending these brackets all when we start to tighten these down. Now for this right here, now for the seat brackets, it's pretty simple.
It's not too bad for the slider bracket. There's these little bars on both sides, if it will focus, right there. And you just slide this tube right over top of it. Same thing over here. There's a little bar that sticks out with a spring on it, and you just slide the tube right over top of it.
All right, now that we got everything bolted in, we want to go through, make sure your seat is sturdy, make sure nothing's loose. And then if you have very high side bolsters, you might have to run your seat belt across here and then through here instead. If you bring this up to your lap and it doesn't even hit your lap at all and it just sits on top of here, you're gonna have to run it through here instead. I'm gonna be doing that. So again, on the S14, they kept this very simple. You just slide this little piece of leather up and then it is another 14 millimeter. Now again, we have a bunch of washers and spacers that are on here. We're gonna run this right through this hole. And then bolt it right back down. All right, guys, just like that, we got clearance here. We got the seat fully in, steering wheel in. The position is perfect. I am so stoked, guys. We are driving the Silvia with the fully refreshed interior. The only thing I didn't get to in this video was the door panel. Unfortunately, I was not able to find the door panel in time for this video, as well as my shift knob also did not arrive yet. I got the new Fitment Automotive dash pad in, the Fitment Automotive floor mats in the car. I have the, I believe it's PLM seat rails for the Bride Vios 3. We have the Sparco steering wheel installed, as well as the carbon fiber NRG quick release hub for the Sparco steering wheel. Merge it onto the highway. So this car is actually unreal though. The interior, this looks so much better. I can't wait to get the new shift knob on. The door panel, I don't worry about too much. It is nice to rest my elbow there. And I know when I get a new door panel in here, I won't even be touching the door panel with my arm whatsoever. So it's nice to enjoy for now, in all honesty. It's very nice to drive, very peaceful to drive. The exhaust is very quiet. I don't even know if you guys will be able to hear the exhaust in the video. Probably not. It's a HKS catback exhaust and it's fairly quiet. Whenever you get higher in the RPMs, you can hear it a lot more. But just cruising around, you don't even hear it, in all honesty, just going down the highway. But it's unreal the difference that all these parts made all together. I know the floor mats and the dash pad are kind of just like a looks thing, but having the radio, I tested this out in the driveway, and it works great. It works phenomenal. All the room that I have with the steering wheel, getting in and out of this car, I thought it was going to be a problem when I first did the bucket seat and the steering wheel, seeing how high the sides of the seat are, but it turned out to actually be super easy anyhow, especially with the quick release. Without the quick release, it would have been an absolute pain to get in and out of this car. So I'm very happy that I decided to go with the quick release on this car. Anyways, thank you so much for watching the video, guys. That's the end of it. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, hit all the buttons down there. Anything's appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys.